Hello and welcome to the channel. If you haven't done so already, make sure to like and subscribe. Now, what you see behind me, this is the 2022, you know, I think it's Rally Red hatchback. So I have this one up because I wanted to do a comparison between the new leaked well, it's not really leaked, it's just Honda showing their 2022, I'm sorry, 2023 Civic Type R, and there is a little bit of resemblance, but that's about it. It's very small, especially when it comes to the rear of the vehicle as well as the front. There's some things that are different compared the two. So let's go ahead and cover that real quick with you guys. Okay, so here we are. This is Honda's news room. So there's no confusion. This is straight from Honda. The development of the best performing Honda Civic Type R ever continues. The all new Civic Type R will be introduced in 2022. So my speculation is it's going to be introduced or shown at either January in Q1. That's my hypothetical. Get shown in Q1 and then it's going to ship around Q2 or Q3. That's my, I think it's going to be out in the summer times of 2022 for the 2023 model. But anyway, without further ado, I know this is why you're here. So let's go ahead and check out these lovely photos. So this is the full camo, and this looks so much better. Let me just zoom in. Hopefully that looks good. Hold on. Yeah, that's better. So here is the Civic Type R. I hope that this isn't a prototype, but Honda tends to, create. You know what? Hold on. That looks very similar to the design of the current Civic Type R, doesn't it? It does look like it has that little hole area, like how the Civic Type R has, the 2017 to 2021 has. And then I also like the fact that this portion of the vehicle does not have that long droopy hood. So I dig it. I dig this. It kind of reminds me of the Honda Civic prototype when they introduced it. Yeah. So you have definitely a bigger um a bigger intercooler space, I guess. I can't think of the proper words. Cannot connect the two words that I'm trying to, relay to you guys. But it definitely, they made this a lot bigger, so more cooling, which is also nice, and that will also benefit the aftermarket, whoever decides to make aftermarket intercooler. For me, I have the PRL intercooler for my Civic Type R, so I'm for sure that PRL is also going to be making a intercooler as well as an intake and different types of things for your vehicle. And the fact that another thing that I like about PRL is you don't have to tune the vehicle. I mean, once you tune it, it's going to run better, but that voids your warranty if anything ever happens to the motor, etc. But only if they can prove that that specific thing, causes it. But the front, it definitely looks like the Civic hatchback 2022, but the front looks completely different, especially the fender. I want to say the whole fender of the vehicle looks different. The lights looks very similar, and when we go to the backside, this whole part, like I want to say starting from like right here or even a little bit higher than that, is completely redone for the Civic Type R. It looks nothing like the hatchback. But give me 1 second and I'll pull up a side by side. So give me 1 second. Okay, so here we go. Oops, I meant to zoom in. But yeah, so this is the rear, and as you can see, like it's definitely sitting much wider than the hatchback, obviously, because it needs bigger rims and tires. So I'm assuming it kind of looks like 19s, but I'm speculating again. possibly 20 inches. As you can see right here on the fender, there's a little bit of a crease there. Some, and then of course they're going back with the three exhausts, which makes sense, you know. I'm just wondering if you can utilize some of the accessories from last gen's Type R onto this one, because the motor and transmissions are still the same. The only things that are a little bit different is going to be the tuning is going to be different, the way it handles, and all that other stuff, and maybe enhanced on the drive modes. Maybe normal is a little bit more lax when it comes to that, and then Type R is even more extreme. I don't know. Would have been dope, like if they connected the your different drive settings with the exhaust. So let's just say you want to drive it in normal mode. So then what the car will do is it will cap the exhaust and just make it seem like it's just a normal vehicle, not loud or whatever. And then if you're going from, you know, normal to sport, well, sport mode will open it up a little bit on the exhaust side, and then change, you know, obviously the tuning, make the car a little bit stiff. And then once you go in the R mode, that will open the exhaust all the way. So then you can, yeah, you can hear the full power of the vehicle. I don't know. That's just something that I thought of. That would be something amazing. Like also on top of that, like as soon as you hit the Type R mode, the vehicle would actually lower itself just where it's sitting above the tire, so you can get even more aerodynamic. And I don't know. That's just a thought. That's something would be very, very expensive. That kind of system would be crazy expensive. But yeah, that's something different. Okay, so we do see that it does come with side skirts compared to the Civic. Um, and then this part right here is also changed, but I'm gonna have to switch over to the other photo. So give me 1 second. I wanted to check out the other front photo, because the fenders are definitely different comparing to last year's model. But I see a little bit of similarities here. Obviously, the stance of the car and everything else is just pretty much like the hatchback. Is just a little bit more extreme. Extreme tires. This fender flares over here. That's definitely way more out there comparing to the 2022. And another thing, like this is for my Type R. This is just like a separate piece that attaches on the side. So I don't know if this is going to be similar or if it's going to be something completely different. We won't know until, you know, all that stuff is taken out. And just like the rear bumper right here on this area here, I wonder if it's going to be a separate color as well too, or if it's going to be matched up with the vehicle. But I think this is going to be like black, I'm assuming. um I don't know, it feels like that spoiler is sitting way too high on how it was before, like where it was sitting a little bit lower. But then I don't know. I don't know. But let's go back in the front and try to compare and seeing what is different. Like I said, it's completely, well, what's different is pretty much everything, you know? But anyway, let's go to the front side again. All right, here we go. So I want to say this black piece right here and how they have the design of the vehicle, this looks exactly like this, right? And then it does seem like it still has that little tiny spoiler right here on the side, as you can see from this photo right here. I think that's a really like the angle that they shot both these vehicle, to me it's an amazing angle, because you can tell the differences in the two vehicles. Like, oh, and also the intercooler grill is completely different. It's more mesh compared to this one, you know. And I want to say it kind of reminds me of my Civic Type R, because I did have the mesh where I can actually mount a license plate on it. So I don't know if it's kind of like the same design. I'm trying to look for this. I think this is it right here. I think this is your fog light. maybe I probably was wrong. Maybe this is your fog light area right here from just going by what this is telling me. So it's not really the same design as last year, unless they put the fog light right here and then they still kept the same design from the ninth gen. I don't know. I don't know. All this stuff is just, me speculating. So take everything with a grain of salt. We won't know anything until they actually show the actual vehicle. But this one definitely gives us a lot more information comparing to all the other ones that we saw. So that's why I try to avoid making too many of those kind of videos and just kind of focus on one that will give me a little bit more information and that will give you more information as well too. Um, I'm not sure if they're running a that pattern looks very similar to mine. I just can't tell if it looks like it's a 19 because these are 18s. This has to be a 19. Am I reaching what color, what size is this? What size do you think these are? And what do you think of the Civic Type R in full camo mode? And are you going to be buying one of these Civic Type R's because they're going to be expensive? Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe and look out for more videos because I'm gonna keep on making them. All right, I'm out.